Hi and welcome to another video from AI Sciences. In this video, we are going to explore that how we can create a connection to a database using PySpark. I'm your instructor Muhammad Ahmed from AI Sciences, and in this video, we are going to explore that how we can create a connection with Postgres database using PySpark. Then we will try to write data to the database, and then we will try to read data from the database just to cross check that whether we are successfully written the data or not. If you are new to our channel, then just a brief introduction of the AI Sciences that at the platform of AI Sciences, we are providing a lot of services regarding artificial intelligence and data science, including courses, including consultancies and on-demand software development, product development and whatnot. If you are interested in any of this, then do visit the link present in the description. So let's just begin. For the sake of this video, I am using RDS instance for creating my Postgres database. It's not mandatory that you must go for the RDS or AWS. You can spin up your own database, you can create your own Postgres database, and you can replicate the same code that I am doing over here. So here I am opening the RDS instance, and inside that I will just quickly create the instance for my video. So here I'm going to select Postgres, and if you are using AWS, then I would recommend you to play around with all these databases, and actually it will help you in the long run. So we don't have to change anything with version. We are good with the free tier because both of these will actually cost us something. So we are going for the free tier. The DB instance identifier, we are good with that. The name of this is our username. And for the password, actually, I'm going to create some random gibberish password here. And let's just put this and this over here. Then we are good with that. And so here, if you are using AWS, then make sure that you make this database publicly accessible so that we can access it from our Databricks notebook. If you are creating this database on your local machine or any other instance, then please make sure that the database is publicly accessible. Then for the security groups, all good. We need to get it password authenticated, and here now we can specify the initial database name. So this will be the database in which we will try to write data and from which we will try to read the data. So for the instance, let's just make it AI Sciences. You can name it anything. This is just the name of the database. And then we are good with the backup and retention period, perfectly fine. And yeah, now we can create it. Okay, I guess there is something wrong with the password, so let's just make it a simple one. And some caps. Just make sure that whatever you are giving the password, you have that saved. Otherwise, you won't be able to access this database. So now click on create database, and so this is our database. It is under creation and hopefully it will be up and running in 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, what we can do, we can go for the Databricks notebook and start writing the actual code that we want, that we have to write for creating the connection between this notebook and the database, or between this PySpark code and the database. So for that, the first thing that we have to do is to simply create the Spark session for creating the Spark data frames. Because as I mentioned that in this video we will be using data frames for creating the connection, so that's why we have to create the Spark session first. Before doing that, let me just give you the overview that what will be the data that we will try to write inside the database. So here this is the office data.csv, And if I open it over here, so here you can see that it's a simple data, it's a simple CSV file that contains the employee name, department, state, salary, age and bonus and all this information. Now what we will do, we will just simply upload this file to the Databricks and then we will read it inside the data frame and then we will try to write it inside this Postgres database. So this is the database, just drag and drop it, and from here we have to just simply write the create this Spark session and then we will read the data from the file. So it will go like from PySpark.sql import Spark session, and then using the Spark session we want to build the Spark session, and the app name could be anything. Let's just make it connection to DB and then get or create. So here we get it inside this Spark and give it a go. Hopefully it will create this Spark session for us. Next thing, we have to read data from this file, and for that we will go for spark.read.csv, and inside that we just provide this path. Now what it will do, it will read the data from this file and provide us with the data frame, and the headers will not be included inside the data frame. So to get the headers, we have to specify the option after the read, and it will go like option, and we will specify that the header must be true. Besides that, we also have to do one more thing, that when we will try to write data from this data frame to the database, over here you have noticed that I haven't created any table inside the database. I have a database and inside that database there is no table. Now when I will write this data frame, this data frame in the database, what Spark will do, considering the schema of this data frame, Spark will create a table inside the database and then write the data over there. So we don't have to worry about creating the schema or creating the table or anything like that. We just need to worry about the data frame creation. And if we have created our data frame successfully and properly, we can just simply write it. So here we have to also specify if I may go for df.print schema. Now here you can see that all the columns have the same data type, which is string, right? It is not making any sense. So what we have to do, we have to devise a way, because as I just mentioned that whatever the schema of the data frame would be, the Spark will simply consider the data frame schema and create a table in the database and put the data over there. So we have to go for actually there are two ways. One way is that you provide the schema on your own, and the other way is the easy one. You can just simply go for insert schema. In the option, go for insert schema and mark it as true. Now if we run that, now you can see that the employee name is string and the salary is now integer and the age is now integer and bonus is now integer. So that's what actually I was talking about, that our data frame must be in proper schema before writing it to the database. And here if we check it out, our database is now up and running. And again, I'm saying that it's not mandatory that you must go for AWS or create RDS instance. You can spin up or create your own Postgres database. Next thing, what we have to do, we have to do some the simple write operation, but instead of writing to a CSV, we will write this data frame to the database. So let's just specify some variables. The URL stands for the endpoint of the database, and it's a JDBC connection, and it's of Postgres type. Then this is actually the hard-coded thing, and it will come as it is, where you specify that it's a JDBC connection, and then you are telling that it's a Postgres database. Then over here we have this endpoint. Let's just copy this from here, and let's just close this and paste this endpoint over here. Now the port at which the database is listening is 5432. So 5432, and then slash, and then you have to provide the name of the database. So here we created the database by AI Sciences. So here if we go for configuration, and under DB name, we get the database name. So this is the URL that we will provide while writing the data frame to the database. Then we have to specify the table. So for the table, we can just make it office data because it's the office data, and we don't have to create any table inside the database. It will create this table office data with the schema over here, and it will write the data over there. So this is the table, and then we have to specify the driver that we need to create the connection with the database. So here we have to specify the driver, which will org.postgres.driver. Now this is responsible for creating the connection between PySpark and the database. Then for the user, we have to specify the Postgres, which is our user, and then for the password that we just placed over there, let's just put it over here as well. And that's it. This is all the information that we required for writing the data inside the database. Let's just give it a go. And for the next cell, we have to go for df.write because we want to write this data frame. And then we have to specify the format. So format here would be JDBC. It's a Java database connection because we are establishing a connection between the PySpark and the database. Then it will go for the option, and the first option that we have to specify, actually you can replace them, but still it's better to provide them in this fashion. Here we have to specify the driver. The value would be driver, and this is the driver value. And then the URL, the DB table, and this is our table over here that we want to create inside the database. The next thing is specifying the user and then the password. And eventually we have to call the save function. Now what this statement will do, it will consider this data frame and write it using the JDBC connection. It will write it using this driver, the connection between database and the PySpark. Then it will use this endpoint that we specified over here. This table, it will create this table with the schema of this data frame, and then the credentials, user, and the password and all that information. Now if we give it a go, that went perfectly fine. Now to cross check this, that whether we have successfully loaded the data inside the database or not, we will try to read the same data from this database that we just created, and we will see that what we are getting over here. So for reading the data, let's just say read data frame. Now we are using this Spark because we don't have any data frame. We are using the Spark session directly to read the data from the database. So spark.read, now instead of write, it's read, and the format is again the JDBC. Then option, actually we can copy this from here as it is. Now here we are specifying that it's a JDBC connection, then we are providing the driver, then the URL, then we are specifying the DB table, then we are specifying the user, and then the password. Now here there actually are two things. The first one is that you can specify the DB table, and inside that you can provide the name of the table, and it will simply read entire data from this particular table. So if we just give it a go, and okay, we have to go for load now. So here we get this save while we are writing this, and here now we are reading it, so we have to go for load. Run that again, and hopefully we are getting the same data that we just wrote over there. Now the thing is that you can specify it as query instead of DB table, and here you can provide the query, like I can go for select static, or let's say select count static. I want to get the count of each I just want to get the count of employees per department. It could be anything. So department, and then from the name of the table that we just created, and the name of the table is office data. So it's just like simply writing a query. You can directly query your database from the Spark without creating any temp views or anything like that. You can directly query it. Then inside this group by, we will specify the department. Give it a go now, and we are getting the data. So that's how you actually create a connection with the Postgres database inside the PySpark, and that's how you write the data, and that's how you read the data. I hope that you get the idea of how you can create the connection and do all that stuff, and it's not mandatory that you go for the RDS. You can spin up your own database as well. So I hope that you like this video, and before leaving, just please subscribe to our channel AI Sciences, and do hit the bell icon so you get the notifications of our every new video. Still, if you have any questions, any concerns, then please let us know in the comment section, and we will try to get back to you on that as soon as possible. So I will see you in the next video.